Welcome to Kids Church Online.
Hello.
The Lost Son. This is a story from the Bible and it can be found in Luke chapter 15 verse 11. It's all about a family. There was a father and he had two sons, an older one and a younger one. The oldest son, well, his name was Bernard. He was a little bit grumpy, but sometimes older sons can be like that. But actually he was a hard worker and he loved his dad so much. His dad, well, he was the owner of the whole of the farm and he was very wealthy, but he was also a very wise dad and he loved his sons equally. And then there was Bruce. Bruce was the youngest one, and one day he thought it would be fun to ask his dad for something. Dad, you know what? I know that it's a long way off until you pass away, but when you do pass away, I think we're going to get some money. Is there any chance I can get it early? I want to go into the city and experience life a little bit. Dad was a little bit sad about that, but he said, okay, Bruce, look, here's your money. You can go off to the city and just take care of yourself. So Bruce packed his bags, all of his money, and said goodbye to Bernard and his dad. He was going to have a wild time in the city. It was going to be great fun. The first place he thought he'd head for was the pub. Yeah, let's go to the pub and buy everyone a drink. They'll all be my friends and it'll be fantastic. So he went into the pub. He spent loads of money on drink. He had loads of people around him. They loved Bruce. Oh, Bruce is great. Look, he's getting free drinks. There was dancing and there were drinking, and he got to know some of the girls a little bit good as well. In fact, he took one of them outside and was just getting to know her really well, but he was drinking way too much and he ended up on the floor. In fact, those people that were around him, they actually stole his money and he ended up with absolutely nothing. Over the past few weeks, he had spent all this money and he was now skint. He had to find a job for himself. So he thought, you know what, I'll go and ask around for a job. But the only job he could get was on a farm feeding pigs, this stinky, horrible stuff. And he was thinking, what am I doing? I've got this horrible job and Dad's at home and even his servants are better off than me. I need to just go back and say sorry. So he packed his bag, he got out of that job and he headed towards home. He was really nervous because he didn't know what his dad was going to say, but he knew he just had to say sorry. And as he was walking up the pathway to his farmyard, his dad saw him. Bruce, is that you? His dad had such an exciting voice. He was in a celebrational mood because he couldn't believe that his youngest son was back home. He ran towards Bruce. Bruce, Bruce, come home, come home. And he dropped his stick and went to give Bruce the massive hug he has ever given. Bruce said, Dad, I'm really sorry. I've spent all of your money. I've been such a fool. But Dad said, don't worry, Bruce. You were lost, but now you are found. We're going to hold a party. Let's light a campfire. Let's get around the party and let's have some fireworks. All of his servants came round and there was great celebration because Bruce was back at home. He was so happy. But actually, Bernard came in from doing a hard day's work and he heard all this fun and laughter around the campfire and he thought, what is this? He came up to ask one of the servants, what's going on here? And he called his dad outside. He was not happy because even though Bruce was back, he was unfair that he'd spent all the money. Dad, what's going on? Why are you celebrating your son coming back and spending all your money? I've been working really hard here. And Dad said, you know what, Bruce, you haven't quite understood it. My son was lost and now he's found. And that's what Jesus said about this story. Sometimes we do things bad and wrong and we go away from God, but God is always waiting for us. We have been lost, but when we're found, God loves us so much.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Kids Church Online. We're going to start off today by spending some time reflecting on that story that we just heard. So why don't you find a comfortable space? You might want to lie down or have a seat on the sofa, and you can close your eyes and listen to these questions that we're going to ask and try and answer them in your head.
I wonder if the two brothers have names.
I wonder if the father has a name.
I wonder whether younger brother wanted to leave the family home?
I wonder why the father gave him his money and let him go without causing a fuss.
I wonder if you have ever had to let someone you love go away.
I wonder if you have ever wished that you were somewhere else.
Wonder why the father was still waiting for him after all that time.
I wonder if you have ever felt far away from God.
I wonder how it would feel to be welcomed home like that. Now let's continue as we are just to chat to God about the things that He's revealed to us and the thoughts that we've had. Why don't you tell God about somewhere that you love to be and who you love to be there with?
Next, why don't you tell God about somewhere where you don't like being? Tell Him why you don't like to be in that place.
And why don't you chat to God about how you feel when those you love are away and how it feels to see them again when they return?
And finally, what might God be trying to tell you through this story? Chat to Him all about that. Amen. And if you've caught anything from God while we've been doing Chat and Catch today, why don't you chat about that with one of your parents instead?
Hi everybody, we're going to sing Real Amazing Grace. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. I was lost, now I'm found. Going wrong, you turned me round. I was bad, feeling sad, but you came and held my hand. Took the blame, called my name. Now I'll never be the same. On the cross, died in my place. Now that's real amazing, real amazing, real amazing grace. Jumping all over the place. Na na na. Everybody jumping around. With me smile on my face. Na 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 na. Yeah, you're amazing grace. Na 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 na. Jumping all over the place. Na na na. Okay, let's do I was lost again. Here we go. I was lost, now I'm found. Going wrong, you turned me round. I was bad, feeling sad, but you came and held my hand. You took the blame, called my name. Now I'll never be the same. On the cross, died in my place. Now that's real amazing, real amazing, real amazing grace. Jumping all over the place. Come on everybody, let's jump around. With big smile on the face. Big smiles. Woohoo! Your amazing grace. Jumping all over the place. Okay, let's do a jumping verse. Keep playing that. Woohoo! Yeah! Woohoo! Come on, jumping everybody. Woohoo! Oh, I'm out of breath already. Woo! I was lost, now I'm found. Going wrong, you turned me round. I was bad, feeling sad, but you came and held my hand. Took the blame, called my name. Now I'll never be the same. On the cross, died in my place. Now that's real amazing, real amazing, real amazing grace. This time, jumping all over the place. Great big smile on my face. Come on, jumping everybody. Your amazing grace. Woo-wee. Jumping all over the place. One more time. Last time. Let's do it again. Jumping all over the place. Yeah, great big smile on my face. Oh, it's your amazing grace. Last time. I'm jumping all over the place. Big finish. 1, 2. Jumping all over the place. Woohoo!
Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. This will actually be the last Kids Church Online in the current format, as from next week we're going to be doing things slightly differently.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll still have access to lots of great stories and worship videos on our YouTube page. We're going to be uploading a new story each week and sending our activities to do as a family along with those stories in our weekly emails.
And also some really exciting news. Next week we're going to be having our first in-person meeting back at the church building. It will be a family service and it will be a drive-in in the car park. So come and join us and see how that works.
Yeah, we've got lots of fun activities planned and we're really looking forward to seeing our families again.
Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye everyone. Thanks for joining us today.
Bye.